and welcome to the Dr. Gool podcast. You can tell I'm legit because I'm sitting just off center with a colored light behind me. I've also surrounded myself with a perfect number of collectibles and toys to prove my geek credibility. You'll also notice I'm in a high back chair in front of a computer, which tells you I'm producing this all by myself. Podcasts are stupid. Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Cooking with Dr. Gool. Welcome back, guys. I am so happy to see all your shining faces looking at us today. We've got a whole new season of the Cooking with Dr. Gool show going on, man, and you're gonna love everything about it. Now, we got some changes in the Labro kitchen been going on. We got a new stove. We got some new pots and pans. We got, Bob's been helping a little bit. Bob helping a little bit. But we have something very unusual to set this season off from stuff before. We're going to be recreating and bringing back to life the last meals as ordered by serial killers. They killed them, they snuffed it, and they ordered this meal before they went, man. We're gonna start this season off with, what's this guy's name? He's a Hoosier killer, man. Eric Wrinkles. Yeah. You Google it. I know it's not a name that jumps out. Anyway, this guy was convicted and sentenced to death in 2009 for killing his ex-wife, his brother-in-law, and his wife. Okay, it was freaking brutal, man. Let's see how we go. He parked his car around the corner of his brother-in-law's house, man. He cut the home's telephone connection. Now that was many years to 90s. It was back in the 90s, man. People had to have telephones in their houses. They couldn't put them in their pocket just yet. That time was a little beyond us. And he came in with a handgun and a knife, which seems a little redundant to me, but okay, he didn't ask me. He shot his brother-in-law's wife in the face, man. Doof, dropped her, all right? Then he shot Tony 4 times in the chest, face, hip, and back. Dude, that's like 16 shots, just 4 in the, 4 altogether in the hip and the, okay. So now he's to 5, all right? And then he proceeded to shoot his ex-wife, Debbie, in her chest and shoulder area. So it probably wasn't a 6-shooter that he was using. But dude, he was just gunning everybody, all right? Now, he was later found and arrested at his cousin's house with the murder weapon. I'm not sure if his cousin had the murder weapon or if he had the murder weapon, but he was busted. He was like totally busted. And then he was sentenced to death for these murders, man, all right? Now, what did he do for his last meal? Now, Indiana's a little different, they let you get your last meal about 3 days ahead of time, because it seems that convicted killers tend to lose their appetite on the day they're to be put to death. Now, who would have thought that was a thing? I can't imagine the stress that would cause somebody to lose their appetite. Now, Wrinkles' last meal was prime rib, baked potato, pork chops, steak fries, salad, and accompanying dressing. So stay tuned. We're gonna put Eric Wrinkles' meal to the test, and I'm gonna be bringing it to life right here on Cooking with Dr. Gool. Hello, I am Tab Crapper for Tab Crapper's Used Cars. Come and see and enjoy our selection of gray used cars. Of great used cars. We at Tab Crapper's Crappy Used Cars, we would like you to come down and buy one if you find one that you like. So come on down and get a crappy car at Tab Crapper's Used Cars. We're just 1 mile south of Richmond on I-75 and the 424 interchange. Then just go 3 miles further into town and pull a hard left at the water tower. We're just 4 short blocks then up the hill and around the corner. We're just past Tex and Edna's. How was that?
Tonight on Channel 54 News at 10, stinky back seat lady disguised as a ghost probably smells like puke. How does she feel about it all? Stay tuned for News at 10 and find out. Welcome back to Dr. Gool.
Okay, now it's time to start Eric's last meal. Now let me start off by saying one very important thing. I'm not doing prime rib. Not gonna happen, okay? Everybody's got their perfect idea for prime rib, just like they do steak. You can't please anyone, not ever. They cry, they try to cut. Not happening, okay? So prime rib's off the table. Now, let's start with the potatoes. We're doing some baked potatoes, man. Baked potatoes, infinitely simple, but you need to start these early, about half an hour before you plan on starting your chops, because that'll give you time to preheat your oven, get your taters ready, get your salad dressing ready, or go out and buy a bottle, I suppose. Get your steak fries, get your salad torn up, get everything good to go. So let's start off. Baked potatoes, man. Preheat said oven, 350 degrees. Now you're halfway done. How's that for simple? Take your fork. You've read about these, I'm sure you have. And let's stick the fork in the tater just a few times, man. If you want to take out all your anger and frustration on it, that's probably actually not a very good idea. You'd likely just destroy the potato. Anyway, we get some holes stuck in the potato, and you're gonna hear that when that oven starts to get these potatoes cooking. You'll hear a hiss, man, and that's okay. That is a good sign. That is showing that that tater is getting cooked all the way through. Now, there's very little to it. A lot of people say, oh man, you gotta wrap it up in aluminum foil, and it's gotta be the dark side down and over, and no, you don't. You don't need foil. You don't need butcher's paper. You need a potato. It is nice if you have some olive oil and cover your potatoes in a little bit of olive oil, man. Get them up there. There you go. A little oily there. That's going to make them nice and crispy. Not like cookie crispy, because that'd be disgusting. But they're not going to be falling apart and be all funky. They're going to have some solid consistency to them. Now, it's going to take about an hour for these bad boys to cook. Now, the only other thing we need to do now that we've got them punctured, we've got them oiled, we get a little bit of salt. A lot of people prefer sea salt. I didn't buy any sea salt, so that in itself is just not going to happen. But we get some salt. Look at that. They're all salty. Everybody's happy. Now, we've got 3 big potatoes here. Dr. Gool's going to slide those bad boys in the oven. And there we are. Step 1. Taters. Oil, salt, fork. Put them in the oven. Now let's move to step 2. All right. Now it's time for the pork chops. The center focus of the meal, man. Now, Dr. Gool wants you to know He is the kind of guy that does a double breading on this, okay? We want to make this very simple, well, as simple as we can. And anyway, we're going to need flour, and we're going to need some seasonings, whatever you want to put in there, because Dr. Gool goes by the rule of some. Put some in there. That all depends on how strong you want stuff. But we're going to need an egg wash. How much milk am I putting in here? I'm putting in some. We're going to call that a cupish. Then we're going to put a happy little egg in there. And we're going to stir it up. Actually, I'm the one that's doing that. You guys are just watching right now. Anyway, you get the idea. So we get about a cup of milk. We get a nice large egg, put it in there. Now I've got about a cup of flour. I say about because I didn't measure it. We're going to take some garlic powder, as it were. That's a heaping teaspoon right there. Heaping is big. It's not small. Okay, and we're going to want some salt, help bring out that flavor a little bit, There we go, a little some salt. You got some salt in there. We got a heaping teaspoon of salt. Not quite as heaping, perhaps, as the garlic, but you follow me. Now we want a little bit of spice. If you got a little 20 ushers, use some of that. I don't have any right now at the moment, so we're going to get a little bit garlic powder, man. Oh, that's a lot. That's chili powder. So 1 garlic, 1 chili powder. Stir lovingly. Now, all this flour has flavor. It has personality. It is ready to dredge pork chops, man. We're going to fry some pork chops. Now I'm going to put this pork chop in some flour. Oh, we're not done. Oh my. We're going to go into that washer a little bit. Oh, look at that. And we're going to put some more flour on it after we put it in the egg and the milk. Wash. There we go. Let's get that all on there. Look at that. Heavy breaded there, man. It's going to fry up nice and happy for everybody. Look at that. Get a little bit of milk on there, a little bit of egg on there. Woo! We got some more flour going on there. Double it up. Don't be stingy, man. Don't be stingy. Get that coated nice and solid. Whoop, looky there. There's another one. Oh my gosh. We got some more. And we start with some flour. Did I mention this part that we do the flour? First mention that? Okay, good. Because I don't want you to miss it. Don't want you to miss what I'm doing here, man. Lots of cool stuff. We are going to bread those thoroughly now that they have been seasoned lovingly. Let's see what we got here. A little bit of flour to start it off. There we go, got it coated. It doesn't take a lot, to cover these. I've got 4 little pork chops, about a cup of flour, about some seasoning, man. Look at that. We got coated and all over. There we go. That's all there is to it, man. Coat your pork chops, get them ready. Now we're going to heat up the fire and see how they cook.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Oh, jeez, that's hot. Oh. Oh, man. Anchovies and pineapple? Ugh. So what do you want on your pie? No, don't say anything. That's no kind of answer. What do you want? Don't say whatever I'm getting. Dude, we're getting like 6 pies. Everybody's basically getting their own pie. What do you want? Damn it! Let's face it, pizzas are stupid. That's why I bypass all that crap and get myself a big-ass burger. That's Bob's Big-Ass Burgers right there on the strip, open 7 days a week, Sundays till 9. Get yourself a burger. Bob's Big-Ass Burgers. Kill a cow. Everyone's doing it.
You're watching GOOL TV 54, Old Orleans. Welcome back to Dr. Gool.
Fries are the easiest, man. Whoa, was I just here a minute ago? Yeah, fries are the easiest. Read the instructions. Preheat fryer. We're going to assume the fryer is preheat. Place fries in basket. Fries are in basket. Remove basket and shake. Oh wait, no, I've skipped one. Heat for 6 minutes. Come back in 6 minutes, pull it out, push it back in, and you're done. Fries take care of themselves, man. This thing's even beep and tell you when you're done. You don't even have to set a clock on it or nothing. So we got the fries, we got the salad, we got the salad dressing. We've got the potatoes a-going. We've got a no prime rib, because I ain't doing it. I already talked to you about that, so stop asking, all right? Now, we're going to fry those pork chops, and it's all going to come together all in time to serve hot and happy when we're ready. Okay, time to make your dressing. Now, if you want to be all caring about it, I could go to the store and buy myself some dressing. Fine, wimp out. But that's all right. I'm not a Gina. I can go ahead and make mine, and you can make yours too. It's just not that hard, man. Not as hard as we make it. Now, hard as we make it. Anyway, you followed me, I'm pretty sure. Now, whatever bottle or cup you use, that's fine. I use this because, well, it's kind of neat, and I got them for like 2 for $1 at dollar store. Now, garlic powder, man. Happy teaspoon. Now, I put the dry stuff in first, because as soon as you pour the liquid through that funnel, that dry stuff ain't going nowhere.
Where you going? Nowhere.
Oregano. Yeah, that's what you call heaping. A little bit of heaping. Oh, wait, no, that's basil. Whoo! Got a basil in there. And some oregano. Good for what ails you, man. Now, we go to the slightly smaller measurement of some onion powder. About half as much as you do the others, but you want that in there to help offset that flavor. Now we want a little bit of spice in that. Half a teaspoon, man, of the crushed red pepper flakes. Those are pretty freaking good, man, just in case you don't know. Now, a little bit of salt. There we go. About a half a teaspoon there, give or take. And half of some black pepper. We're almost done. Let's do it this way here. Let's do that red wine vinegar, man. It's that funky little bottle down the aisle. That's what you use right there. A little bit of that. We're gonna take about, I don't know. Just take a teaspoon. That's a good measurement. Woo. Lemon juice going everywhere. About a teaspoon of lemon juice. You can't do a heaping teaspoon of lemon juice. That's much more difficult than one might think. And then 3/4 of a cup of olive oil, man. Olive oil. Now you got that. You shake it up. Shake it up, baby. And that's all there is to it, man. You've got some Italian dressing. You can put it in a groovy bottle. You can put it in a decanter. You can put it in whatever you need, just as long as you can pour it over your salad. Now let's go to the salad. Okay, it's time for the salad. We've got the salad dressing. We got the taters going. Now, it's time for some green stuff. Very simple way to start. You smash it down. Kill it. Kill it. Take the leg out. Just kill it. Kill it. Ah. Tear it up however you want to, man. Just tear it up. Tear it up. Just tear it up. Don't. Tore it up. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go tear it up. Tear it up. Tear it up. Tear it up. We want mostly bite-sized pieces, but they look silly when they're all cut up, man, and square and stuff. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's a little better. Look at that. All torn up, all regular looking. Look like somebody put some salad in there or something. Okay. Next thing. Tomatoes and cucumbers. Now, people will slice up the cucumbers with all that green on there, okay? That's what you call lazy, okay? Lazy. Yeah, look, apparently it's harder to cut cucumbers with gloves on your hands than one might expect. Woo! But you cut some cucumbers, man. You don't want them super thin. You don't want them super thick. Super thick. That sounds like a really nice insult, man. So you cut up your cucumbers. Or like Grandpa used to say,
Cukes?
Grandpa had a weird way about things, but that's all right. Grandpa Gool, that man knew what was going on. And you take, whoo, they're going all over the place. You put them in there with your lettuce. Tommy toe. We cut the top of that tummy toe off because we don't want that little green flaky thing in there. We don't want that. We want rid of that. Now what we do, slice it in the middle, baby. Slice it in the middle. Slice it in the middle. Say it with me. Slice it in the middle. There you go. There you go. Slicing it in the middle. Ooh, there we go. All the way. And then we slice it in the middle. We slice it in the middle again. And we slice it in the... Ooh! And we're done. Now, we toss it. Now, you might be tempted at this point to put in some cheese. No! No cheese. Cheese less. We do not want cheese on our salad. We want just the lettuce, the tomato, and the cucumber in the salad. That's what we want. That's what we get. Now we go on to the fries. All right, here we are with some pork chops. Remember those? We breaded those just a few minutes ago, and they're looking just as good as ever. We've got our Happy Gool Green, a frying pan. Big shout out to Mrs. Gool for getting that for us. Let's get our heat going up here. You know, little more than medium, a little higher than. And we're doing that until our grease, our olive oil, you know, a little bit of shortening there, gets good and hot. Ooh, gotta watch those sleeves, man. They'll drag this stuff all over. Oh, we get plenty of oil. Look at that. That's some drippy oil there. That's good. All right, now we're gonna wait a little bit and get that hot. And there's a cheap way to tell when it's hot enough. You don't have to wait for it to pop and sizzle and snap and so on and so forth. But you give it a minute. You pinch a little flour like this, you know, a little bit of flour, and then you put it in there and see what it does. All right? That did nothing. That tells you that that grease is not hot yet. So give it a second or two, and we'll be right back. Here we go, about 4.5 minutes later. Let's see what we got, all right? We grab a pork chop. Yeah, listen to that. Looky there, man. All the happy seasonings, all that flour going in there. Get that. Ooh, sizzle, sizzle. You know, we drop that down, like I showed you, just down to about a medium heat now. And kids, it's the waiting game, not the crying game, not to be confused with Stargate or whatever that movie that guy was in. Anyway, pork chop, give it a little bit, okay? Let it sit on that side till it sizzles, you know, and you'll see the brown cooking up around over here. Let's see, how long is that going to be? What, about 5 minutes? Give that about 5 minutes, and let's see what it looks like. You should have some juice coming up here. We'll come back in 5 and see how this looks. All right, man, it's been about 4 minutes. Just a little longer there. Look at that juice coming up through there. Boy, that's going to be killer when it gets done. Let's hang on a second, let it do its sizzle, sizzle. Now, I use tongs because, well, with a spatula and so forth, well, it's just easier. I just dig tongs. All right. Let me flip that bad boy over. Ooh, look at that. Is that not ludicrous? It's crazy. It's ridiculous. All right. Now, we're going to come back in about another 4 or 5 minutes or so and pull that out of the pan and see how she looks. Sizzle, sizzle. Here we go, man. Another 4 minutes have passed. Let's see how this happy little pork chop gangster is faring. Oh, yeah, here I say that The tongs are easier. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is a prize, kids. That is a prize. Nice, juicy. It's cooked all the way through. There's no pink in there. You can see that. Oh, man. That looks fantastic. That, kids, is how you cook a pork chop, man. About 4 minutes, give or take, on each side. Don't have to have the top on there. That brings that breading and makes it fall apart. It's just not very good that way. I'm going to do this a few more times and have a whole meal ready, kids, so stay tuned. And there we have it, kids. Eric Wrinkle's last meal. We've got the chops. We got the taters. We got the more taters. We got the pictures in prime rib. We got some salad right there. Oh, hey, Charlie. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Kids, enjoy the meal we have brought back to life for you here on Cooking with Dr. Gool. Bon appetite.
Next time on Cooking with Dr. Gool.